Hard sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is March 18th. Welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is your boy Pride, joined by Amon and Dustin. Amon, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Kentucky lost, and I think that's the funniest thing ever. And then the Packers got screwed. So it was like a perfect night kind of deal. You know, it was just great.
The group chat has been blown up with like a whole bunch of anti-Rodgers, anti-Packers. I would call it propaganda, but, you know, at the same time, it's funny, and I agree.
And it's kind of truthful, so, you know, propaganda.
Yeah, 110%. It's 110% truthful. Dustin, how you feeling today?
Three things in life are inevitable: death, taxes, and not trusting Kentucky or Kansas in the NCAA.
I was saying it earlier. I felt like they were going to get poo-pooed on this year in the first round, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm being too disrespectful to John Calipari. That's just a completely immature on my behalf. So I was like, you know what? I'll be a good noodle. And I wish I said something. I would have looked like a prophet. Because I don't want to say I saw it coming, but there was like an inkling that, like, because I've seen a lot of brackets. And Amon, you were saying this earlier before we went on. There was a lot of brackets that had Kentucky in the Final Four. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, and like, there's no way. I was looking at it, I was like, okay. And I noticed something. A lot of people had the Final Four in like the top two seeds. So I'm like, what are you gonna do by seeding? Because if that's the case, I guess Gonzaga has a clear. Is that? But whatever. I wish I said something, bro. But March Madness, we gonna get into that in a little bit. There was a very interesting debate going on in the group chat that I don't know if you gentlemen were aware of it. It is revolving around Randall Gregory. Randall is his government name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I know we know him as Randall. I'm gonna call him Randall. Because he kind of, you know, he was sparking people up, bro. And it's basically like a pick a side situation. So we will get into that. The Packers just continue to just throw mixed signals after mixed signals after mixed signals. So it looks like for some reason they wanted to. Aaron Rodgers approved of the trade. Bless your heart, dumb fuck. Bless it, I guess. I don't know. I give it 3 weeks, and he's going to complain he has no help. And then I think this is the year everyone will finally tell him to shut up. I think this is the year. Because there's a difference between having no help because the organization won't give it to you, and a difference of having no help because you want to steal, rape, and pillage the entire organization for every cent you can possibly get. But before we get into that, there's something else I want to talk about. The best quarterback in the NFL, without a shadow of a doubt. He is perfection personified. He does nothing wrong. I want to talk about some Baker Mayfield. Great segue.
I was on a whole other wavelength with you, Pride. I was thinking, I was ready to put up the fingers. I was like, well, I was ready to do it for you. And then,
but all jokes aside, so Baker Mayfield is slighted. He feels upset. He's kind of angry. He's very angry. The entire Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, Cleveland basically made it known, look, bro, we would get rid of you, but at the same time, we love you, which, okay, cool, whatever. Tell me you love me while you're trying to swallow some other chick's tongue. That's cool, whatever. I'm going to start with you, Dustin. Baker wanting out of Cleveland. Is he in the right, or should he just shut up and just enjoy the situation he's in?
He's 100% in the right, and Amon and I talked about this yesterday in the morning show. Anytime you meet with Deshaun Watson and then you're posting basically a farewell message after that meeting happens, you know something was said to you, whether by your agent, whether by somebody within the organization, or something had to have said something from Mayfield to send that message out. Now that it's reported that the Browns are out of the Watson running, Cleveland is trying to fix the bridge they burned. Well, guess what? Somebody within your organization told Baker that Cleveland wanted Deshaun. And because of that reason, Mayfield wants out. I don't blame him, and he's 100% in the right for wanting out.
And my thing is, and I have listened, and my thing when it comes to it, I understand you want to, because look, listen, I love Baker Mayfield. I'm a Baker Mayfield guy, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend. We all know it's a general consensus without a shadow of a doubt. Deshaun Watson is better than Baker Mayfield. The only advantage Baker Mayfield has over Deshaun Watson was that he's been there longer, so he knows the playbook better. That is the only advantage Baker Mayfield has. And again, this is coming from a Baker Mayfield fan. I love Baker. That's my dude. I love the commercials. But, Amon, do you think he's being kind of sensitive? Because if there's a better option out there, they should go for it, right?
Yeah, I think the Browns were right in the sense of they should be going after Deshaun Watson, because I think Dustin and I talked about it yesterday. Deshaun Watson's the better quarterback, and there's no doubt about it, if you add Deshaun Watson to this team, they're going to be better off. That's just the fact of the matter. So I don't blame Cleveland for going after Deshaun Watson. I think it's just someone had to have said something to Baker Mayfield, and Dustin and I talked about it extensively yesterday. They had to have said something, because I can't imagine you just go off, and a guy like Baker Mayfield, who's as prideful as he is, just to go off out of nowhere and basically say, hey, just thank the city of Cleveland. It's like been a great run without any confirmation from anybody else first. To me, that's where it kind of got tricky. Again, I don't blame Cleveland for wanting a better quarterback or wanting someone who can be a little bit more, as they will say, a grown up in the building. That's fine. You are very much entitled to do that. I thought it just all got kind of messed up when someone, whether it was his agent, whether it was someone in the building, said, Baker, we're going after Deshaun, or we're moving on, or something. Something had to have triggered it. I want to know what triggered it, but I don't think Cleveland's in the fall for going after another quarterback.
I think, and by the way, George, I hope it's not Matt Ryan. And not because he's bad, but it's just you're gonna need someone who can use their legs. And Matt Ryan really not really can. He can't run. If you want him to be mobile, no, that's not him. In terms of you believing ownership is still waiting for Watson, if I'm not mistaken, somebody fact check me. I'm pretty sure Deshaun already said no to Cleveland.
Yes, he did.
Right? Yeah. So I think he already said no. Based on what I heard, the reason he said no, if I'm understanding it correctly, during the sit down, Deshaun was like, "Hey, look, y'all got talent, but what's gonna make me believe you guys aren't gonna just do run first?" And they basically said everything except we're not gonna be run first. So that's basically what made him go, "All right, cool. It is what it is. Good luck." So, but hey, maybe they can still fleece him. Who knows? My thing when it comes to Baker, and I think the whole situation with Cleveland, I think two things had happened. One of two things happened. Either one, they never told him. They never had a conversation with him. They started going around. They started going on with it, and then Baker was like, "Cool, whatever." And then he posted that goodbye. Because here's the thing: if nothing was 100% in stone, he shouldn't have went on social media. See what I'm saying? If they told him, if nothing was official, why would he say that? You know what I mean? And then he says, "Oh yeah, well, I don't know. This is just how I'm feeling," and he left a goodbye note. You know what I mean? It was weird. right? So either they didn't tell him, or B, when they told them, they fucked up. And what I mean by that is they were so convinced they were going to get Deshaun. They literally thought there's no way we could possibly mess this up. That somebody went to Baker and said, hey, look, we're going to be talking to Deshaun, see what happens. And I think during that conversation, because I think Baker probably was asking questions, all right, what does that mean for me? I think they messed up and actually said, no matter what, you're gone. I think one of those two things happened. So either Baker's like, y'all want to keep me in the dark? Then I don't want to be here. Or y'all don't want me here, so I'm not going to be here. I kind of feel bad for him in a sense. But again, that's just me being biased because I'm a Baker dude. That's me being biased. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's just the consensus. Who's better, Deshaun or Baker? It's not even close. Again, this is coming from a Baker Mayfield dude. It's not even close. So it's like, why are we going to get upset? You know what I mean? Why would you get that upset? They must have thrown a backhanded compliment in there. I think, Dustin, you were the one who said about, one of you guys said something about they want an adult quarterback in the room or something like that. Like, I'm a grown man. I got a house. You see my girl? Homie, y'all gave me the keys to this organization, and you talk about you want an adult? Homie, I'm old enough to run a car. What you mean an adult? Like, I don't know about y'all. On the network, I am probably the most immature, childish guy here. Swear to God, I probably am. And if there's anybody even more, then God bless them, right? But I'm one of those most childish people on this network. If anyone says, bro, act like an adult, I'm getting triggered. I'm getting offended. I'm turning into a snowflake. On God. I'm being mad. I'm gonna be a crybaby. I'm taking another sabbatical. Let Freddie tell me to act like an adult. I'm taking another sabbatical. Let Jay say, yo, Pride, grow up. I'm taking a sabbatical. Stop playing with me. Right? Now, I'm just a cog in this operation. Imagine if I was a franchise guy. Imagine if they build me. Hey, yo, you got to come and see Pride. That's the dude, right? He's going to leave the promised land. And then y'all call me child? Come on, man. Stop playing. Listen, I think they low-key disrespected Baker. I think something was said that, like, if Baker said, why you want to trade me? I think they low-key was like, yeah, you're not mature enough. You know what I mean? You're mid. You know what I mean? There's 1,000 quarterbacks like you. I think that's probably something they said. It's kind of like a 180 because when they first got Baker, you've never seen nothing like him before. Yeah, we have, but whatever. Chris, how you doing today, bro?
All right, how you guys doing?
I am better now that you're here. Every time I'm able to see your face in the morning, I feel great. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy Chris here is what I call an absolute unit. He is an absolute unit. I love how in the chat, Dustin's like, Pride, quit being a child, act like a grown man. I'm taking a sabbatical, goddammit. but like, I'm convinced something like that had to be said because let's be honest, Cleveland isn't really, the Browns organization isn't an organization that keeps their secrets to their chest, right? Like, there's always something happening. So I wouldn't be surprised. And Chris, maybe I'm crazy, but like, if they're having a conversation about Baker, they got to be throwing on his immaturity or his immaturity. They got to be throwing that out, right?
I don't know. They might be, but I think Baker's overreacted. I think.
Okay, floor is yours. Please explain before I start bashing the Colts to get you mad.
Well, the reason I think, because you can't get mad because they're trying to go get another quarterback that they think's that's better. That's business. That's not personal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking the stuff personal, coming out and demanding a trade. And to me, he's making himself look bad towards some other teams. And if they did call him immature, he's kind of proving their point by the way he's acting now.
Do you really think so, though? Because and here's my thing. And again, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think he's mad about the trade. Because and before you got here, me, Amon, Dustin, and I said this is as close to 100% as you can get to 100%. Everybody knows that Deshaun Watson is better than Baker Mayfield. And I think even though, he comes across as I'm confident and his braggadocious persona, I think even to a degree Baker understands he's better. I think Baker understands that. I don't think he's that deluded out of his mind or his confidence is that high where he thinks he's the best quarterback in the league. If he does, one, God bless him. Two, put him in the loony house because ain't no way the dude's really gonna say that. But I think, and let me know if this kind of alleviates a little bit off of Baker for you. I think he's upset because either A, they kept him in the dark and they just never told him until he started hearing rumblings, or B, they came up to him and told him, hey, it's not a 100% thing. We're just putting our feelers out. By the way, no matter what happens, you're not coming back. Like, let's say one of those situations happened. In your opinion, Chris, does it make Baker not look over dramatic anymore?
If the first situation happened, if they didn't communicate with them and let them know kind of what their plan was, I would take a little bit off of Baker then. But the second one, I don't think that happened just because from what they're saying, the Browns said they're not going to trade him. So if they were planning on him not being the guy anyway, but they could be just saying that trying to get leverage too, because if everybody knows you have to trade him, you're not going to get much for him.
That's true. I mean, it could be that. Dustin, you said something in the private chat. You can go ahead and say it if you want. Am I bugging?
No.
Your mic, we can't hear you. Or not Mike. Why I say Mike? I think it's the hat. I think it's the hat.
No, Dustin. Well, he figures it out. He said, I think they met with Watson first before telling him telling Baker about it. That's why he's mad. And Dustin said that's his opinion.
It could be. I just don't think it's just him being put out there as like a trade thing. I don't think it's just that.
I hope it's not, because if it's just that, then I think he does look bad. But if it's some of the other stuff, I would take more of it off of him.
If it's just the fact that he's potentially being traded, I'm with you, Chris. And again, I'm a Baker dude, but you are gonna come off as dramatic as over the top. What's up, Dustin?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I think it's more so that Cleveland met with Watson first before saying anything. And then after they had their meeting, they felt the meeting went well enough that they were going to get him. And then they told Baker, like, hey, we just met with Watson. He's most likely going to come here, so you're going to be gone. I think that's why Mayfield's more so mad that of anything, because why not tell him up front that, hey, we plan to meet with Watson because we feel he's a better quarterback, just so you're aware of it. But I just think they kind of did him a little dirty by not saying anything up front.
Yeah, I mean, again, by the way, free Dustin. Okay. Not for Dustin. Free. I'm gonna say free Watson. I called this from the jump. And they're gonna get oh my god, bro, but he's like 20 something. He's gonna get in trouble. Free Watson. Matter of fact, Bill, trade for him. Trade for him. Put Mac on the bench. Trade for him. You know what I mean? Let's have a few years of him and Robert Kraft capping each other up. Let's get it. Okay. Tony says, well, they didn't tell him that they were going to go out to Deshaun, and once he found out, they must probably found out through social media. But then they have to backtrack because the deal was on Deshaun. Then who did they go to if they get rid of Baker? Back to mediocrity. I mean, by the way, Tony, life is a simulation, Hollywood. I'm calling him that, by the way. Damn, I'm on Dustin, and now you too, Chris. I was supposed to tell you guys yesterday. Dustin, I saw your text message, and I did not respond for some reason because I had a brain melt, and I forgot. I'm going to tell you guys, there's going to be screenshots. There's going to be screenshots. Just understand something. In those screenshots, I didn't say it. Just want it clarified because once y'all see it, you're gonna be like, Pride, what the fuck?
What
So,
kind of Kanye Pete Davidson stuff is going on here, bro?
ready to fight? Yo, this stuff keeps Kanye and Pete Davidson stuff. That's tame, bro. That's tame. That's tame, bro. Yo,
Do your children give
Tony,
you permission to
he
leak this
is an
footage?
absolute specimen. An absolute specimen, bro. Can I ask you guys a question? Let me ask you a question. Imagine if Mike Glennon came out of nowhere and said, hey, yo, I'm a top 5 quarterback. You would look dumb as shit, right? Somehow, I would rather prefer Mike Glennon say that, and I would defend him over what I'm going to show you guys. The guy's an absolute.
I mean, if you say that, it might be the top 5 in neck line.
Nah. I saw the I think you guys might have seen it too, where they showed his neck thing and like they did a percentage based on how long he's been with every team. I was like, yeah. I just listen again. I'm a Baker dude. I love Baker. That's my guy. But I don't know. It's just again. If it's just the trade that he's butthurt about, that's one thing. And I'm with you, Chris, if he's butthurt specifically only because of the trade. If it's just for the trade. I don't think it's that. I think it's way deeper. And I'll be honest, I think it stems before this. Because we got to remember, like, not only like his name has been thrown in trades for a while. And on top of that, there's just been this weird vibe from Cleveland regarding Baker Mayfield. It almost seems like they defend him, not because they believe in him, not because they want him, but because he's their quarterback and they have no choice. That's the vibe. So I think it's like it's a whole conglomeration of things where he's like, oh man, Dustin. Oh man, you broke me. Oh, okay. Clap, 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 clap. You got me. But yeah, I just think there's a whole bunch of other things because I don't know, man. It's just for him to be mad over a trade. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. Free Baker Mayfield. That's my dude.
You think there's going to be a big market for him if they do try to trade him?
Yeah. You listen. You send him to Houston. Who's the best quarterback on that roster?
Davis Mills.
You're out of your mind. You said that to get me mad, huh?
No. I think there'd be a competition between the two of them. No joke. I think Davis Mills could win that quarterback competition. I think Davis Mills was incredibly underrated last year when he played for Houston. He was one of the few bright spots on that entire roster. I'm dead serious, bro. You can look at me like that all you want, bro, but I'm dead serious.
I'm just waiting for the psych. I'm still waiting for the psych.
There ain't no psych.
Chris, help me out here. Boom. I tagged you and help me. Help me.
I would take Baker over Mills.
Thank you.
I'm saying you can. I'm not saying that it's a clear cut. I'm just saying that I think there's a competition to be had between the two.
I've been a Baker Mayfield fan too since he got in the league.
Right. And I'll be honest, I do think it's clear cut. I do think it's clear cut Baker. Now, can Davis Mills get better than him? Sure, because Davis Mills, he's like what, 24? Yeah. Oh no, he is who he is. All right, he's screwed. He is who he is. Old head ass. Mike Glennon looking like, get out of here. Get out of here. What Baker look like? A man with a full-grown mustache and beard. What we looking like losing to Mike Glennon 2.0? What we look like? Come on. Yo, Baker. If you get traded to Houston and you lose that quarterback job, bro, I'm shaving.
Reports also Baker's showing a lot of interest in the Colts. That's where I guess he's wanting to go to the Colts.
On the Colts, he'll 100% he'll start.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Seattle. Because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, stop the Drew Lock slander." I'm like, "What do you mean the Drew Lock reality? The fuck? What the hell?" DK was like, "Oh, let's chill with the Drew Lock slander." I'm like, "Yeah. Wait till he throws you the ball, and I dare you to talk about slander." So I think let's throw him in New York. Let's put him with the Giants.
Yeah, he can compete with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, whoa.
I think he'll beat out Daniel Jones 100%. They'll start in a competition.
He'll beat out Daniel Jones, but not Davis Mills.
I think Davis Mills. You think Daniel Jones better than Davis Mills?
You said what?
You think Daniel Jones is better than Davis Mills? Davis Mills doesn't throw 4 interceptions a game.
I'll take Daniel Jones, I'll take Jerry Jones over Davis Mills.
Put some respect on Davis's name, man. Come on.
I would take Tyrod Taylor over Davis Mills.
And I'm with you.
I would do Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor has done.
I think he's highly underrated.
I'm different because I have a bias for Tyrod Taylor. I believe he's just too disrespected. Like, imagine he took the Bills to the playoffs for the first time in how long? And then they were like, "Oh yeah," they shook hands. It was like, "Thank you." By the way,
the Chargers puncture his lung.
It's like, what the hell?
It made him so dirty. He was like the most successful quarterback they've had in a long time. Yeah. Granted, after him, they ended up getting Josh Allen. So hey, whatever. It worked out.
And then he went to the Chargers and they punctured his lung, get him out and got him out of the lineup.
Like, imagine you showed up to your job, you almost die. You almost died.
He's had some of the worst luck. Like you said, take a team to the playoff, they get rid of you.
Let this sink in.
Cleveland.
Chris, let this sink in. You show up to your job, you almost die. You're puncturing your lung. It don't feel right. Motherfuckers hand you a Band-Aid talking about, all right, get out there, Chief. What? Hey, yo, Tyrod Taylor's like, hold on, whoa. I don't feel good. This, you know what I mean? This don't feel right. And they were like, oh my God, you're a little bitch, man. All right, get him to the hospital.
Herbert, get in.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God. They're just like, the front office is like, oh my God, this guy's such a coward. I can't wait to cut him. Oh, the reports are in. All right, come on, give me the test. Watch, nothing's wrong. Punctured lung. What do we do? They went to like DEFCON 5 all of a sudden, and they started panicking. And they're like, what? Like, oh my God, bro. I don't know. Well, Tyrod Taylor, free him. That's my boy right there. Better than Davis Mims, Dims. He's a dunce. Get him out of here. Hold on. Somebody said this. Tony Hollandsworth. I mean, Mills probably have one of their better rookie stuff. You better separate him from Mac Jones. That's first and foremost. You better separate him from Mac Jones. All right. That's number one. Number two. I know why he's hyping up Davis Mills, because Davis Mills is better than your quarterback. Don't get mad at me because my quarterback fantastic, phenomenal. Oh, Michael McCorkle Joe. Middle name McCorkle, he's the GOAT to me already. Dude could be a bust. Dude could be a white Jamarcus Russell. He's still my GOAT. I don't care. Best quarterback in Patriots history, period. You know, what about Tom Brady? I go, who? Stop playing with me. He said Tyrod Taylor with a punctured lung is better than Davis Mills. Yo, oh man, ready? Yo, Nate with the banger. What a guy. But I do think there is a market for Baker. Problem is though, they won't be competing teams, which I think is now going to kind of, and I obviously I'm going to let you guys have an opportunity to answer this, because if he goes to a losing team and they're still losing, that's basically going to kill his reputation, right? Because, okay, hold on. So I got Amon nodding yes. I got Dustin nodding no. Chris nodding yes. All right, so I want to start with you, Dustin, because I'm on your side. Amon and Chris don't know what they're talking about. Go ahead, Dustin.
I mean, let's just say Mayfield goes to Jacksonville. We'll take Trevor Lawrence out of the equation for a second in case Trevor Lawrence gets hurt. We can even say Detroit for that matter, because Detroit's still a rebuilding dumpster fire. If he goes there and puts up great numbers, but the team is not winning, it's not going to kill his reputation because he's still performing at a great level. He just doesn't have the surrounding cast around him that he had in Cleveland. Now, let's just say you send him to the Packers. Packers decided to trade Aaron Rodgers to Cleveland for whatever reason. You send Baker Mayfield to Green Bay, and he struggles and does not win games there. Then that hurts his reputation. You have to look at the supporting cast around him and the numbers that he's putting up with the supporting cast. You kind of can't look at the wins and losses. Because look at Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. The wins and losses aren't in his favor, but look at the numbers that he puts up in Minnesota. You put those up on any other team, you're getting top 5, top 10 recognition every single year. It's just the wins don't always translate, and that's why Mayfield, if he goes somewhere and puts up good numbers, he's going to have a shot to get a long-term deal somewhere else just because the numbers are there. It's just that he needs to go into the perfect situation with the.
So, Mon, here's your opportunity. Explain to me the hatred, the genesis of the anti-Baker Mayfield slander.
Look, I actually was a defender of Baker, not supporter, defender. I'd say defender of Baker Mayfield this past season. I said he was hurt and blah, blah, blah. But here's my thing. If he goes to a bad franchise, I don't see him putting up good numbers at all. That's the thing. I think he needs the supporting cast around him to be productive. So to me, if he goes to Jacksonville or he goes to Houston without the immense amount of talent or the great offensive line, he is going to struggle. I just don't see him putting up. I don't see him as a Matthew Stafford in a way in Detroit, where Matthew Stafford consistently put up numbers in Detroit. Detroit just sucked. And once he got to LA, he was able to win a Super Bowl. I don't see that kind of revitalization in Baker Mayfield's future. I don't think he has a talent for it. And I haven't seen it in his years in Cleveland. When they win in Cleveland, it's because they take the ball out of his hands. When it's in his hands, I don't see them really winning games. So to me, if he goes somewhere with a lack of talent, I don't see him having any production and him just putting up bad numbers. I don't see the whole big number thing and he's like Kirk Cousins. I don't see him like that.
All right, Chris. Tread carefully, Buster.
No, I kind of feel the same way as Amon, except for, I mean, if he goes to a bad team, I don't think he's going to put up real good numbers like that either. So I think that he might not get another opportunity to start somewhere else if he don't put up good numbers. I mean, look what the Colts done to Wentz. Wentz didn't put up great numbers, but he didn't play bad. 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, fell apart the last 2 games of the season, and they just shipped him off.
Interesting.
After one season. So I mean, what if say Baker goes to the Colts and he don't have isn't better than Wentz? Are they going to try to get rid of him after 1 year? So I think wherever he goes, if he wants another chance, he's going to have to play pretty good, whether the team's good or not. But I just don't think if he don't have the talent around him, I don't think he's going to be able to put up those numbers.
I refuse slander.
Chris, welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club. It's elite member status over here. Elite member status.
Elite member. Kid you. For me, look, I like Baker. It depends on which team he goes to be honest. If he goes to New York, I mean, maybe. I mean, that's a big question mark because of health. So I don't really know what's really gonna happen. You know what I mean? With everyone, and on top, like, let's be honest here. This is something that it hurts for me to start to say as a Baker fan. But now the injuries are becoming concerning because now it's every year it's something. I do like the fact that he tries to go out there and play. I do like that. But when you're so injured to the point that it's hurting your performance, that's kind of where it's tricky. That's where it's kind of like, you know. Bless his heart, though. Bless his heart. Amon, we got a question for us as the intelligent New England Patriots fan. Well, I'm the intelligent New England Patriots fan. You need to redeem yourself with that Baker Mayfield stuff. But Frankie asked, what does Bill Belichick need to do for us to be contenders again, since we haven't made much moves? Amon, I'll let you start.
I'm actually kind of happy we didn't make any moves. To be honest with you, I don't see the Patriots as a Super Bowl contender this year. Not that we can't be 2 years, 3 years down the line, but I thought last year we overpaid for guys like Nelson Aguilar. Kendrick Bourne did pan out a little bit. I thought Jalen Mills played a lot better than what I thought he was going to be. So there were some good pickups, but we overpaid. And this year he went back to normal Bill, where he didn't go in the market to get anybody because he knows if I get somebody this year, it doesn't change us. It doesn't change what our reality is. I think he understands, okay, if we take one step back, we can take 2 steps forward because you gain that cap space for years to come. The cap is going to increase. You get a better pick in the draft. You get someone who is going to come in and make a bigger contribution, whether it's on the defensive line, the linebacker core, replace Devin McCourty at safety as he's on his basically last contract. There are other things we need to do, and this year was not going to be us. We're not going to be contenders. So I like the fact that Bill took a step back, said if we take 1 step back, that's okay. We'll take 2 steps forward.
Yeah, for me, I think, I agree with you. I think we just need to focus on developing Mac Jones and also making sure that, we keep our defense, relatively respectable. As of right now, there's nobody on the free agent market in terms of defense that I'm really going to kill myself for. Now, if we can get a couple pieces, great, cool. But there's nobody out there, regardless of name, talent, height, weight, age, doesn't matter. There's nobody out there that I'm willing to kind of break my back for and say, Bill, go get him. I will say this. The only move I think we should make right now is just to get a legitimate number 1 receiver. Yeah. Just so that way we can give Mac Jones somebody reliable that he can depend and he can rely on. And that way it'll kind of help him developing. Again, I do agree with him on. Do I think we have a chance at winning the division? Sure. You know what I mean? If the Bills lose their identity again, then, obviously, we'll have somewhat of an opportunity. But at the same time, it's also like, even let's say we do somehow win the division, we're not doing anything with it. You know what I mean? We're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not doing anything. So I just think where we are right now, we're in a good place where we got some young guys on our roster. We want to develop them, see who stays, see who goes, that type of thing. So that way, when Mac Jones is truly ready to take off, we have a somewhat of a core that he's been with for the past 2-3 years where, all right, he's comfortable with everyone. He knows what he's doing now. Now we kind of take the reins off. We can take the leash off. He can go do whatever he wants. But in terms of this year, look, if you want to win a Super Bowl, at this point, bro, we can just, go buy a franchise, go buy somebody else. That's the only way, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Robert Kraft, go buy the Bucks. Go buy the Bucks.
If we're gonna be honest, you know what I mean? But like, in terms of what moves we can make, let's be honest, there's really no moves we really can make, especially considering at this point, a lot of those guys want big money. How dumb would Bill Belichick look if we're gonna pay somebody else big money instead of keeping J.C. Jackson? Especially on the defensive end, that's kind of where the red flags come in. Imagine you let one of, if not our best defender, walk. The cornerback who stepped up big after we traded Stephon Gilmore. We don't pay him, but then we pay somebody. That would just look awkward. It would look too weird. Only thing I think we should really go worry about getting is go get a number 1. Let's keep on developing Mac Jones and go from there. And let's see where we stand 2-3 years from now. And let's see, all right, do we have something, or do we still need to make more moves? So I'm glad we're able to talk logically about the Patriots. I know some people with their fan base, they're like, oh yeah, we're winning again. Dumb fucks. Speaking of dumb fucks, the Green Bay Packers is the next team we're talking about today. After all the nonsense, we're not getting rid of Devontae. Devontae's staying here. We're going to franchise tag him. Bless Devontae Adams' heart. God bless him. He got traded, reunited, and it feels so good. Got traded to the Raiders, reunite. They play at Fresno State, right?
Yes.
So gets to play once again with Derek Carr. They ended up getting 2 first-round picks. If I'm mistaken, was it 2 first-round picks or was it a first and a second?
I thought it was a first and a second.
So the first and second. Oh, hold on. Yes. So it's this year's.
Yes.
So it's a this year's first, this year's second, which, hats off to you. And then obviously the Raiders get Devontae Adams. By the way, the Raiders, their first round pick is a number 22 overall, and their second round pick is a number 53 overall. So, Respectable. Devontae Adams is then going to sign a 5-year deal with the Raiders, averaging about $28.5 million per year with $67.5 million fully guaranteed. God bless his heart. God bless his heart. I'm just looking at their wide receiver core. I cannot wait for week 3 for him to start complaining and all the casuals defend him. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Aman, on a scale of 1 to 10, how shocked are you that the Green Bay Packers not only fumbled this, but it's been reported that Aaron Rodgers approved for the Packers to trade Devontae Adams?
I'm not surprised that they fumbled it, but I am surprised Aaron Rodgers approved it. Here's a guy, they posted the Last Dance picture, and I thought they were just going to go run it back. I thought we were going to all forget about it. They always talk about them wanting to play together. Devontae's my guy. Aaron's my guy. We're this and that and this. But I thought Green Bay screwed it up when last year they tagged him, didn't give him the money. This year they tagged him, and he saw Christian Kirk get 21. When I saw it there, I said, there's no way he signs back, especially when he declined a $23 million deal. I said, he ain't coming back. He will be gone. And he was. And he signs a $28 million deal. My God, $28 million. Talking about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are just licking their lips. They're ready for to be free agents now. But I'm not surprised that the Green Bay Packers fumbled this thing. And what I was surprised about, they didn't get a player. They got the draft picks, 4 in the top 60 now, but I thought you could go and get a defensive guy, maybe Roxon Yahoo. Again, is not Devontae Adams, but at least gives you something else defensively. Maybe Hunter Renfrow, add him to your receiving core. They are left high and dry now because Valdez-Scantling is still a free agent. Aaron Rodgers still needs someone to throw the ball to. And Packers fans, week 3, get ready for it. They're going to be, well, Aaron Rodgers can't do it all by himself. Well, with $50 million, he's going to have to do it all by himself. I'm not surprised that the Packers messed this thing up.
Chris, Devontae Adams for a first-round pick and a second-round pick. The Green Bay Packers now, I believe they have 4 picks in the top 60. Are you shocked? In terms of what the Packers got in, do you think those 2 draft picks were too low? Did they get fleeced, or did the Green Bay really have no choice?
I thought Green Bay would get more for them than what they got. I really did. I think they could have got a better deal than that. I mean, but that's another situation like what I was talking about with Baker. When all the teams know you want out of there, that cuts the legs right out from underneath the Packers because they don't have no leverage because everybody knows that he didn't want to be there. I've read that that him and Rodgers kind of stayed away from each other during each one of their contract process, that they were going to do whatever was best for them. And then I also read that he just didn't want to be in the Packers no more because they offered him more money, and he turned that down. So his lifelong dream was to play in Vegas, and that's where he wanted to be.
I mean, look, I said this earlier. I said he the only way he plays for Green Bay is if they give him $30 a year. I knew if it goes anywhere else, he wouldn't take 30.
There had to be something else with management that he wasn't happy about or something for him to just want out all of a sudden. Because look, man, I don't listen, man. It's just I don't know who's dumber today. The Green Bay Packers or the Chicago Bulls. I don't know who's dumber, bro. It's ridiculous, man.
Hey, it's good to see you too, Brian.
and here's my thing, and I'll be man, by the way, Nate, I hate you. You stole my joke. I was gonna say basically the cherry on top would have been if they just used the first round pick to get another quarterback. I was gonna say that, Nate. I hate you. Boo, boo. But I mean, here's the thing. And Rob, you let me know if I'm out of pocket. You let me know, right?
All right. You out of pocket.
So I'm glad you're here, Rob. I'm so glad you're here. think about it, bro. Aaron Rodgers was saying, I refuse to sign unless you take care of Devontae first. We want Devontae, all this stuff. How dumb does Aaron Rodgers look to sign it, and then after you sign it, say, hey, by the way, get rid of Devontae? Like, how dumb is that?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Aaron Rodgers still holding on to that Jordan Love thing. I think he is secretly trying to sabotage the Packers. He got his money. He made sure it wasn't enough money for everybody else. He went on and on and on about Devontae Adams, and he knows losing Devontae, he's not winning anything.
No.
I don't think he cares about the Packers. He has the Super Bowl ring. Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm going to make sure that the Packers' lives are a living hell. You have to deal with me for the next couple of years, and we're not going to win anything. I think Aaron Rodgers might be one of the smartest dudes in the NFL. I'm going to let you know now, man. It just looks like a sabotage job to me. He doesn't care. He doesn't give two craps about the Green Bay Packers.
I will look, for me, I just think, and I mean this, by the way, like with the utmost, amount of disrespect. Aaron Rodgers, you're a fucking dumb fuck. Like, nah, bro, because like, let's be honest, we're looking at a guy who complains every single year. Like, think about this. Think about this. Just hear me out. Hear me out for 1 second, right? This dude was complaining. We need to focus on the offensive side of the ball. I don't want no top 3 defense anymore. Nope. I want nothing but offense. Now, all of a sudden, he's telling the Packers to re-sign defensive players and trade your best offensive weapon. The next man up, who's going to be his new number 1, is either an old Randall Cobb or Alan Lazard, who on decent teams would be number 3 options. Get to 3 options.
Hey, Lazard had his chance to prove it without Devontae, and he didn't prove anything.
No, he did prove something. He proved something. He proved he can't do it. He proved he can't do it. That's what he done proved. Like, come on, bro. Like, think about it, man. Like, I got so mad. I'm out here dropping stuff. I'm throwing stuff. I'm getting tight, bro.
I understand your frustration, but it's hard for me to be frustrated as a Chicago Bears fan. I am loving every minute of this.
No. I'm not frustrated for the Packers because, first and foremost, fuck Green Bay. Okay, I'm glad. Let's get out the way. But I'm going to tell you why I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated because I know what's going to happen. I told the mom this. Week 3, these casual fans who don't watch football, who can't they think when we're talking about football, they think we're talking about FUTBOL, and they're waiting for Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi to come up. They're waiting for us to mention Neymar. These are the type of people I don't want to mess with, because I'm telling you, week 3, these casuals are gonna flock, run, leap, vault, catapult, whatever you want to say, to the defense of Aaron Rodgers, who is single-handedly, and Rob, I've been saying this for years. 4 years. I've had people disrespect me and call me on my name, and I told all these casuals, you give it a few more years, and everybody in the world will see what I am the minority, because we were a minority. Listen, I'm a minority 2 times over. Let that sink in, bro. I was a minority times 2, bro. I was a minority to the second power. Let that sink in, bro. Let that sink in. And look at it. All of a sudden, I was right. I told people, give it a few years. Everyone will see what I see about Aaron Rodgers. And you ready to hear the funny part? I promise you, there's going to be these people who say, I know sports, and because I talk about it on TikTok once a week. There's going to be those people who are going to come to the defense of Aaron Rodgers. And they're going to be saying, oh, but what is Aaron Rodgers supposed to do? And you know what I'm going to say? You know what he should have done? Not taking all that money. You know what he should have done?
He's been doing for years. If anybody deserves $200 million, it's the GOAT. And what he realizes is, I am only as good as the receivers that I have. We have to make sure we have enough money to pay people so they can come. Because not only is the intrigue of playing with me going to bring people here, but I'm also gonna make sure you get paid too. And Aaron Rodgers was like, screw everybody. It's all about me. I'm Mr. State Farm. He probably don't even like Chris Paul because he's taking over the State Farm commercial. Aaron Rodgers is truly all about himself. And I knew the writing was on the wall. You don't franchise tag Devontae. Are you crazy? The number one, possibly. People, it comes down, and I know Pride, I'm going to get under his skin with this. It comes down to him, D. Hopkins, and Cooper Kupp. Those are your top 3 receivers in the league. You don't franchise tag those dudes. Just being real. I know you don't like Coop, but you got to show love to Coop.
I don't like Coop.
You don't like him ahead of D-Hop and Devontae. That's all. He needs Devontae and D-Hop 1 and 2.
Yeah, because he's not better than them.
I'm with you, Pride. I'm on that wavelength.
And I said that. And hold on. And here's the thing. I had this conversation with Rob. It was why I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. I am confused, nay, perplexed. Why you would bring it up? Because we agreed to disagree. Because I said if he does this one more year and D-Hop gets injured again, D-Hop's going to come down and we're going to have to slip Cooper Kupp in there. So what's going on? Why are you slandering my good name?
Because as soon as I walked in, you slandered mine.
I didn't slander your name. I slandered your poverty of a franchise. Every time I say that, I feel like Freddie. Because I never said poverty of a franchise until I met Freddie. And he said it so much, it's how drilled into my head. Swear to God. It's poverty. Like drilled. Yes, it's like drilled. But like, look, and honestly, like I said, I'm not mad about these dudes. I'm really not about what I don't care. My problem is I know 1,000% there's going to be casuals who are gonna defend him. And they're gonna literally try to wipe away what happened. And I'm gonna say, no, you can't do that. You can't ignore the fact that this man, that your quarterback, said, get rid of my number one option. If he told him to get rid of him and he had other options, fine. Who's their new number one? Randall Cobb, who's a role player at best. Okay?
Who got 1 foot out the door.
Talk about 1 foot. Talk about 1 foot.
Look, 1 foot and a couple toes.
The only thing left inside the house is his ear. And that's just because he's waiting for an apology. That's it. That's it. It's him or Alan Lazard.
My thing is one or two things. First of all, Derek Carr got to be over there rubbing hands like Birdman because he finally got him one. And second of all, who the hell is Aaron Rodgers to make these demands? What have you done? Mr. Regular Season. That is all you are. Like, if I was the Green Bay Packers, I would have said, leave. Bye. Get out of my face. Like, oh my God. Like, I just can't stand it because, first of all, Aaron Rodgers came out and publicly talked about Gutekunst. He talked about the coach. He's talked about this organization. They just like, oh no, King Aaron, don't leave us. We love you. Whatever you want, we got. Like, who are you, dude? Like, you haven't done anything significant in the NFL. What, you two-time MVP and that got you what? Nowhere. You finally got the home playoff appearances that you wanted. And what did that get you? Nowhere. Like, it's I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers. I don't even want to talk about this dude no more. I don't care if he's immunized. I don't care if he got all this money. I just don't care.
I can't wait for the casuals to.
Oh, it's gonna happen, Pride. I 100%.
100%. And here's my thing. And this is why. Because this is real life. This is real life. Y'all think I'm joking? This is why I have this.
Put him on there, Prime. Put him on the list.
That's why, bro.
Hey, we got to do the Chris Jericho. You know what? You just made the list.
You just made the list. I'm start screaming at. Nah, real talk. Nah, I'm about to start one too. I'm about to start one. I'm about to start putting casuals names on, and
Bro,
then
I might be
not-
one of them after what I said today about Baker Mayfield. I might be the first.
Oh,
name on that
100%,
list.
bro. Matter of fact-
Chris, me and you
matter
already
of
made
fact-
the list, man.
Matter of fact, Rob,
Not to go back, but you guys had a good point. I mean, we knew Baker was gone. Like he had already lost the locker room when OBJ got traded. Everybody turned on Baker in Cleveland.
They low key didn't really vibe with him after that, which kind of put him in like a little awkward situation. Which again, bless his heart. Sorry about that, but
and then to put the icing on the cake, Odell Beckham Jr. goes to the Rams and wins the Super Bowl.
he wins Super Bowl and tears his ACL. Hey, then he tears ACL.
Pride is so salty. Bro. Pride is so ready to defend
I tell
Baker
people, God
Mayfield,
works
bro.
in mysterious ways.
Look, he tore his ACL, but before the ACL was torn, Odell Beckham Jr. was going nuts in the Super Bowl.
Yep, he was going nuts until his ACL went nuts, my guy. Stop playing, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about that.
Guess
Can I ask you
what?
a question? Let me ask you a question.
The man got a ring.
Did he really, though?
He got a ring.
That ring holds the same weight as Jimmy G's ring. Stop playing.
He got a ring.
Look here.
Don't you dare do that.
I'm gonna. Let me ask you something. If the season started tomorrow, who would y'all take? Baker or Odell?
Well, you only have one option, Pride.
And why is that?
Right. You're
why
so
is
petty,
that?
bro.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't want no explanation. I just want y'all to tell me. If the season started tomorrow, Amon, I'm gonna start with you. Who would you take, Baker or Odell?
They both hurt.
No, they're not. Who you?
They all both hurt. Didn't Baker just come out of surgery?
No, that was a while ago. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Baker will be healthy for week 1. Odell won't be.
Yeah. So if the season will start, Amon, who you taking, Baker or Odell?
Neither, because Baker don't even have a team to go to right now.
I promise you he starts week 1. I promise you he starts week 1. I promise you. But Amon, who would you take? Come on.
You only have one option. So
No.
Yeah,
Baker
I can't play Odell, so at least I get Baker. He'll hold the clipboard.
Okay, so you got Baker. Thank you, Chris.
You can hold my
Baker or
clipboard.
Odell?
I'm taking Odell.
Nah. I'll wait until he gets healthy. Right.
Shit, if I'm the
I'll
Rams,
wait until he gets healthy.
I would take Baker. I would take Baker because you got to take the quarterback. But
Thank you.
I have to say
Rob,
Odell.
we don't care about Rob. We don't care about Rob. So Rob
No, everybody cares about Rob.
I just think it's a clean sweep. Supposedly Odell's so great, yet it's a clean sweep that everybody would take Baker over Odell.
It's just ironic you actually.
Pride, you twisted it. Pride, you twisted it. This is a casual take, my guy. This is you on the list, bro. You're on the list after this one.
You know what I'm doing? Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up what I'm doing. I'm giving you I'm giving you guys a situation with no context. It's like the same thing I go, hey yo, Mac Jones, he threw for over 67% of the treacherous. Everybody's like, bro, he threw the ball 3 times. I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm giving you no context, bro. Yo, I wish there was a day of the week I started with C because I would call it like no context. I need to find a synonym for context. I'm gonna have a day where like all my takes have 0 context. Like zero context. Like right now, bro, right now, without a shadow of a doubt, Baker is just way better than Odell right now. On a technicality, I'm kind of right. On a technicality, right? Because Baker can play and Odell can't, right? That's what I say. No context, bro.
I miss y'all guys.
Stop taking sabbaticals, Kyrie.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go to the job that pays, Bills got to get paid, my boy.
I mean, you don't gotta pay them. No, just quit.
Yeah, all right. Hey, look, if I quit, can me and my wife come live with you?
So there was a debate yesterday in the group
right.
that was but I know it was her birthday. I know I missed it. Happy birthday, Mrs. Scott.
I appreciate it. Shout out to my baby.
Yeah, so you're very lucky to have Rob in your life. Because that tells me she can go through anything. Rob has prepared her for life.
Yes, I have.
So I know right here, right now, their house is on fire. She know where to go. She know what to do. She know how to save everything. She got everything under control. So Rob, we also got to thank you because
Oh,
woo,
I love
her.
that. That was a good one, Pride. That was
Thank you. I try. Thank you. I wish Freddie was here with his little soundboard thing, so like the clapping could happen, like all the clap. I go, thank you.
See, they don't get this on any other shows, baby. You know,
no, you don't, man. You don't get this because they all taking themselves too serious. Like, oh man, we gotta dress up. We gotta look nice. I gotta wear my polo. Like, nah, bro, you still ugly as shit and dumb as fuck anyway. No matter what you wear.
And then they're all stiff up there because they can't move.
Yeah, but come on, bro. I'm like, yo, like you put glitter on shit and spray Febreze. It's still shit. You don't want to pick it up. Yeah, it's shiny. It smells a little bit better. You still don't want to. And by the way, this is sober pride, by the way. So they about to start telling me, hey, yo, start drinking again.
Start drinking.
So, but there was one argument in the group chat that had me want to drink. They were talking about Randy Gregory. I don't know if you guys had read in the group chat. Dudes was mad, and then somehow it turned to Kyrie Irving.
I saw that last
night.
Yeah,
it's like I'm trying to keep talking about Gregory because I'm trying to understand where it was coming from, but nobody knew what the hell they were talking about. So then they brought up Kyrie, and then it's just weird.
Kyrie,
bro, they support Kyrie and say Ben Simmons is mentally weak. What the hell? Hell. I'm about to tell Freddie, bro. We got to get the petition going, bro. So, Aman, let me start with you. Obviously, I don't know if just in case for those people who need a reminder or anything like that. So, Randy Gregory almost signed a deal with the Dallas Cowboys. Real close. He did not like the language of it, and he asked, hold on, what the hell is this? And then they basically said, this is in everybody's contract except for Dak Prescott's. And he was like, all right, cool. You got some bitches. And he left. There was a lot of confusion. I hit up my boy, who just so happened to also be curious, and he did some snooping. So the reason that Randy Gregory was butthurt, Randall Gregory, I apologize, because that's a grown man. Randall. After what he did with Dallas, after everything Jerry Jones did for him, that man will beat the shit out of me for no reason whatsoever. So Randall Gregory. What happened was they had basically, if he would get injured or suspended, his entire contract would be voided. However, the reason that he kind of got upset was because there was language in the contract that meant he would have to pay back some of the money that was already given to him.
Oh, yeah.
That is where things went left. Now, the percentage is all over the place. When I was talking to a guy, he said some people told me it was 25, others said it was 30. Some people said it was 15, others said it was 40. So the actual percentage is kind of up in the air. But he basically, if he had gotten suspended or hurt, the money they already gave him, they could have went back for it. Personally, I don't like that.
No.
Because the dude already played.
You can't give me back my time or my health.
Exactly. So he can't go get paid. Now, if you want to avoid it for the rest of the time, is it messed up? Yeah. But he ain't give you his services. And this is where it's like the business side of things, where if you're gonna avoid it, does it suck? Yeah, it does. But at the bare minimum, you can still go out and find somebody else. By the way, there's another rumor that my guy's still trying to figure out. There's a rumor that if they voided his contract for the rest of the year, he was unable to go to another team. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. My guy's still trying to figure that out, because if it is, that's another slap in the face, which I can't.
Sound like Jerry Jones been talking to Vince McMahon.
That's what it sounds like. He's slapping him with that 30-day no compete clause. He's slapping with him hard. So Aman, Randy, are you on Randy Gregory's side, or are you on the Dallas Cowboys side?
I'm on Randy Gregory's side for this reason here. To my understanding, this verbiage was put into the contract after they basically agreed to the deal. They basically gave him the number. Here it is. They looked at it, and then they tried to sneak it in later. That's messed up. Now, if this was given prior, if they said, look, before they had come to agreement, they said, if you get fined, suspended, we're going to void. And then they had agreed and then he backed out. Then I could be on the Dallas Cowboys side of, okay, that's messed up. But you try to sneak it in there after. So this means this is probably something he doesn't like and you don't want him to figure out. You try to pull a fast one on him, and that's messed up. So all hats off to Randy Gregory for saying, I had the same contract elsewhere without the voiding. I'm going to go there because you guys lied to me. You don't lie to an NFL player. You don't lie to anybody when you're making a deal. And since the Dallas Cowboys did that, I can't be on their side. Randy Gregory, hats off to you.
Preach on, Amon. Preach on.
Yeah, and to your point, Amon, I think if they told him from the jump, hey, this is what we're doing, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys has this negative light on them. Does Randy Gregory still leave? Probably, but at least there's transparency there.
Honesty in the deal.
Yeah, that's really all you can ask. Again, I get it's a business, but Chris, do you agree with Amon, or are you going to take the Dallas Cowboys side?
Oh no, I'm on Randy Gregory's side. I can understand if you want to put verbiage in there for like a fine or suspension, but you shouldn't be able to put verbiage in there that if a guy gets hurt, because the guy can't control if he gets hurt. So if you get hurt doing your job, you shouldn't lose your money. But I've read the same thing as Amon has. He agreed to a deal, then they tried to sneak this in on him. So I'd have told him F you and went on somewhere else myself too, because hey, when you do business, that's the only thing you really have is your word. If you're lying to me already, what are you going to do after you have me under contract?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just think I don't know. I just think it's funny because
But of course you have all the Cowboys fans are blaming it all on Gregory. He's
yeah, but I mean, have you ever met a smart Dallas Cowboys fan?
Of course.
Like ever coming to my TED talk? Like fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've only met two smart Dallas Cowboys fans. That's Jay McLovin, and I just think the depression finally took over, so he can't. I don't even think he wants to defend them anymore. And then L. Deasy. And that was just because she loves to yell at anybody. So like if Dallas messes up, she'll yell at them too, right? So it's like, one just loves to scream at things. So she obviously is gonna yell at her own team. She's cool. And the other one, the depression finally took over. So she's just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. This is just what it is. Right. Every other Dallas Cowboys fan I met has an IQ worse than my son who still babbles. Let's just call it what it is. Call it what it is, okay? And Frank goes, "Oh, Cowboys are
who's worse? Who's worse, Packer fans or Cowboy fans?
Cowboys without a shadow of a doubt. 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 Because the thing is with Packers fans, they'll at least admit, you know what? I'm biased or I'm casual. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, Pride. I'm not so sure.
No. I'm talking about when you compare them to Dallas fans.
Dude, they're getting just as bad. I'm not going to lie. I have so many friends who are Packers fans, and it's just as bad. It's just as bad.
Is that bad? Damn, look at Dustin. Damn.
I think
Dustin
Dallas
lives in Wisconsin, so he's got first-hand experience.
Fans are worse, but I don't live in Wisconsin either, so.
Cheesehead mafia.
Well, I will say this. Packers fans feel like they are the most entitled to on the face of the earth because of their quarterback play the last 30 years. They think nobody in their organization can do more wrong, and anytime you try to talk football with them, they try to basically outmatch you with who their quarterback is, and I just sit there and like, and your quarterback's done what in 17 years? Yeah, keep talking with them.
God damn.
Yeah, I know quite a few because they've kind of been outlawed in Chicago,
But I know a few Packers fans, and
But I get you though, Cowboy fans.
Because I can handle a conversation with a Packers fan. I can handle it. Now, when it comes to Dallas fans, like I said, there's only two smart Dallas fans or two accepting Dallas fans I've ever met in my entire life.
Pride, I'm giving you a challenge. You are going to come to Wisconsin, watch the Patriots versus the Packers,
Okay.
You are going to try to have a civilized conversation with the Packers fan. If you can last more than 10 minutes, I will FedEx you $1,000 because you will go freaking crazy and probably knock somebody out. If it is completely pointless and you lose brain cells trying to have a civilized conversation with the Packers fan.
I promise you, I could last longer with a Packers fan than I can with a Dallas fan.
No, you can't.
How do you
I promise you.
How
I
are we ready to
promise you.
fight?
I promise you. I
You
promise
ready to
you.
roll, baby?
I promise you, I could probably last longer with the Packers fan. I don't know about the full 10 minutes. I don't know about the full 10 minutes. I'm not going to see the percent I can do the full 10 minutes. But I could probably
Let's
do
just
like
say this.
5.
I went to the Packers Viking game like I do every single year because that's like the one game I go to at Lambeau Field every year. And I was helping a 8-year-old Packer fan get something because the vendor couldn't see him. So I was getting the vendor's attention. I took the 8-year-old's money, gave it to the vendor so the kid could get some food. His parents dumped a beer over my head because I was a Viking fan. I'm just like, I am helping this child.
No, bro, that's fine words. Pride, you gotta go over there and be some people love, dog. Like that's final words, bro.
Hey, Dustin, they was like, take their Viking money on somewhere.
It was the kids' money. It wasn't even my money. But I'm like, you're not even paying attention. Your kid's trying to get something to drink and eat, and you're sitting here yelling at whoever you're yelling at. I'm actually helping your child, but you're going to dump a beer on me just because I'm not a Packer fan. Okay.
Nah, I just, like I said, for me,
Heads.
I mean, I have no problem talking to Packers fans over Dallas fans. I just think, like, and I think the main difference is sure, like Packers fans, they're biased, they're, all that stuff. I get it. Dallas fans are just stupid. That's just really what it comes down to. They're just uneducated. They're dumb. And it's not because they don't have the information. They just can't learn. They just can't learn. It's like, I'm gonna get canceled for this. It's like a mental disability. I swear to God.
Well, it's kind of like I compare Cowboys fans to Cubs fans because every year up until the Cubs won the World Series, they would go into the year thinking it's their year that they're going to win. That's how Dallas fans are. Every single year, they go into the season. Oh, it's our year. It's our year. We're going to win the Super Bowl. 3 weeks into the year, we suck. We're not going.
It's wild, bro. All I know.
We have all this talent. I don't know how we can't win.
Yeah,
that's what you hear Cowboys fans all the time.
Every time, and it's like, all right, hold on. You have an average quarterback at best.
That you overpaid.
Extremely overpaid. Not worthy of a single penny of that contract. Completely overrated. Okay. You have a running back who I don't even know if he's washed or inconsistent. I don't know.
He got paid and checked out.
Right.
Do we still consider him a running back?
I mean, he came back and he's running, so I guess sure.
He just the back. Just, I don't see the run part.
To be honest, bro. To be honest.
Well, we are talking about the same organization that said that this jargon is in everyone's contract except for Dak.
Like, I can't be honest. I don't even think that's even true. But I don't even think that's even true. I don't even think it's even true. Because when Zeke got suspended, he didn't get voided. I think DeMarcus Lawrence was injured for the first few games of his contract. He ain't get suspended. Amari been hurt. His thing ain't get suspended. So it's like, I don't know. Is that really true? Is that really true? Or do they just do it for Randy Gregory because, the last few years, Randy Gregory has either been injured or suspended.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'd rather sit down with a Packers fan than a Dallas fan, easily. Because I think Packers bro,
that now.
No, but
Pride. Have the Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady discussion with a Packers fan. They will live to their dying breath. They'll say, "How can you talk about Super Bowls? That's a team stat. They don't count. So just throw Super Bowls out the window. Who has more MVPs?" And from then on, I can't talk to you anymore.
What Amante said is accurate because a Packer fan would sell their own child to make a point that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback ever.
I think that's why he grinds my gears.
And you ready to hear the funny part? there's Dallas fans. There's Dallas fans who abandon their kid to get a better cable package to watch more Dallas games. So again, which is worse?
I mean, that's why my wife took away my credit card because I spent $1,400 on packages last year and forgot they were on auto pay.
I don't know, man. Look, I said it once. I'll say it to my dying breath. I think it's a mental disability. I mean that with all due disrespect, of course, because Nah, I really do, seriously, because it's just Freddie. I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you go from being a Packers fan to a Cowboys fan, Freddie. I don't know how you do it, but however you manage to do it, bro, bless your heart. Bless your heart. We got March Madness talk. And on top of that, UFC Fight Night. Me and Chris going to talk about Bull Cobb versus Aspinall. But before we get all that, let's take a quick commercial break.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the TIKILIVE or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a place. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so type the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. A lot of upsets that happened. Obviously, the one that a lot of people are talking about is Kentucky. And I just think it's funny that everyone's like, they said only one kid was crying, and they were like, "Oh my God, it's because of John Calipari." And it's like, no, it's not. It's just because that one kid happened to cry on camera. Like, let's just pump the brakes. Aman, which upset blew your mind?
I think it was Kentucky that blew my mind. And I know it's going to be the most obvious one to say, but I didn't expect them to go far. But I did expect them to beat St. Peter's. I didn't see any way St. Peter's could have won that game. And not only did they win the game, they pushed them to overtime. And in overtime, it just felt like they wanted it more. And I've never seen really a Kentucky team that just never wanted it. You think when you're playing for a legendary head coach, you're going to want it, and you just lose because something crazy happens or you're just not able to convert. Kentucky just, I think, lacked fight when they got to overtime. It just felt like they weren't competing in it. And when you let St. Peter's kind of be more physical, be the better team in all phases, that's embarrassing for a John Calipari team. Again, I thought they'd lose to Murray State, but this was just, I just think, in the fashion in which they lost was just unbelievable.
Chris, you agree?
No, the one that shocked me the most was Iowa getting beat by Richmond. Just because of how hot Iowa had been coming into the tournament, the way they played in the Big Ten tournament, I thought Iowa would go deep into this tournament, and they came out and didn't play well at all. I mean, Kentucky was surprising, but I just, from seeing Iowa play, I thought Iowa was going to make a deep run.
Dustin, which other game? I'm about to give you a challenge. You're not allowed to pick either Aman or Chris's. You got to pick another one.
I have to pick another one?
Yeah.
Oh, dear goodness. I was gonna tell Chris that I'm not surprised by the Iowa one just because.
Oh, my friend, then go ahead. Explain why you're not.
Because look at how poorly the Big Ten was in the NCAA tournament last year. Look at how poorly they played in the NCAA tournament in 2010. The Big Ten has not performed well in the NCAA tournament the last 2 years. So when they get upset the way Iowa did, it doesn't shock me because they knock each other out so much during the regular season that by the time they get to the NCAA tournament, I feel like a lot of those teams are so physically fatigued and physically beaten that they just don't have the energy that a lot of these other programs have. I'm more surprised, I think, with Michigan beating Colorado State. Mainly because I did not think Michigan deserved to be in the tournament when you look at their 17-14 record. And if they were going to get in, there's no way they should have been in 11th. And the fact that Colorado State punched them in the mouth as big as they did early on, and then all of a sudden Michigan starts to look like the Final Four team from a couple of years ago, they, to me, I think, had the biggest upset win just because of the way they started compared to the way they finished.
So for my upset, I'm gonna go. Oh, Rob, think I jump back. March Madness. What upset yesterday blew your mind?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm listening to you guys. Everybody's agreeing Kentucky was a surprise.
Yep.
But I'm also gonna say it wasn't an upset because they won, but the way that San Francisco was able to put up a fight against Murray State, like they put up a fight, like forcing it to overtime. Like you guys sat on here, what was that, like a week or two ago? And we talked about how great Murray State was, and San Fran came out and said we're not afraid, forcing it to overtime. Like it was a great game. I was keeping track of that game just because of the conversation that we had about Murray State, and I was interested to see how they would pull it out. But I also think this was good for Murray State because you got a little bit of a fight. So now going forward, you prepare for the trenches. You know what I mean?
Was that the first time you've watched San Francisco play all year?
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of why I'm not surprised the game was so close, because San Francisco plays a very similar style to Murray State. And that's why a lot of people felt that as good as Murray State has been this year, that could be the one team that gave them the most problems early on because they play the same style. And you saw that. They play exactly the same way. Both teams get out and run. Both teams love to hit the three-point ball. But when it came down to it, Murray State's experience is what got them that win. And now that they got them that win, I don't think they have any issues with St. Peter's at all.
That guard for San Francisco is a dog. I can't think of his name.
The fact that San Francisco got a 10 seed coming from a very weak conference shows you the kind of respect San Francisco got. Same thing with State. They were 30-2 coming from a very weak conference. So both those teams got national respect because of how good of a program they are. And now that Murray State got that game out of their way, I don't think they have any problem with St. Peter tomorrow, and I think they go and put in a very deep tournament run because of it.
I know at this point I'm tired of creating brackets because every year, Lord Jesus, you look at your bracket that one last time, you like, I got it. And then the first wait, it's the first.
It's raps. It's rap.
I will say this. For me, the one that kind of made me look at things a little differently, even though they won, this is a huge cause for concern. UCLA, they beat Akron, 57.
Kind of got lucky to beat Akron.
If we're gonna be honest, you see, this is something that the UCLA this year has had a problem with. You play physical, they get scared. They don't understand physicality, right? Like, because they go, oh, the more physical you get, we'll just finesse you. And it's like, well, that doesn't always work. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you can beat up people out of that finesse.
You can. 110%, you can. Like, things were, and there were a couple calls that UCLA got that I was just like, all right, hold on now, Skip. Hold on. Relax. You know what I mean? There were a couple plays that was just blew my mind. But for me, if I'm UCLA, they'll probably go, oh, yeah, you know, we won, whatever. But my thing is, nah, bro, you should not be happy with that. You should not. Because now there's a blueprint. If teams get physical with you, you're in trouble. You're in 100% trouble. Not in a good way. Akron got physical with them. And again, like you said, Chris, and I saw you nod your head, Dustin, they were lucky. They barely escaped with that win. And if we're going to be honest, they should not have.
Yeah, they shouldn't have, but when you get to March Madness, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And when you get to a lot of these 5-12, 4-13 matches, and even 3-14 matches, a lot of times it is the 12, 13, and 14 seed that want it more, because the only reason why they're in the tournament is because they won their conference tournament, as opposed to UCLA was going to get in the tournament regardless how they finish in the conference tournament. So a lot of these lower seeds always come out with a chip on their shoulder. They always come out with that added energy to prove that they belong in a tournament like this versus UCLA. They know they should have done it regardless. That's why you see so many upsets in that 5-12, 4-13, and kind of 3-14 range.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have studied the great Chuck Daly's playbook. Like they remember, taking it to the NBA. Everybody knew the Bulls were a finesse team. You have Michael Jordan, the upcoming, great player. And they were like, we're not gonna let you beat us. We'll beat you up before we let you do what you do. And we see a lot of people do that with Steph Curry. We see a lot of, some of the greats, they know if I can get a little physical with you, we can knock you out your game. And that's what Akron was doing to UCLA. They were like, hey, we understand what you guys can do. We understand your genetic makeup. But everybody has a good plan until you get punched in the mouth. Mike Tyson said it best.
Yep. So I'm gonna name a couple games. I want you guys to let me know whether or not you believe these were quote upsets. So first one, Michigan beat Colorado State 75-63. Dustin, you consider that upset, right?
Yes, because I don't think Michigan should have been in the tournament. I think Texas A&M should have got in over Michigan. I think Oklahoma should have got in over Michigan, so Michigan should be fortunate they're even here.
Okay. Aman, you consider that an upset?
No, I didn't consider it an upset. I just didn't think Colorado State could just handle the raw athleticism, the physicality Michigan brought.
Okay. So you don't think it was upset? It was just like it was basically a mismatch.
Yeah, I just think it was a mismatch from all ends. I thought Colorado State deserved a 6 seed. Maybe you could have pushed them either way, but I thought Michigan was just too much for them.
Okay. Chris, another game I want to give you. New Mexico State outlasted UConn 70-63. You consider that an upset at all?
No, I actually picked New Mexico State to win that game. I didn't have that as an upset.
Good job, Rob. You agree with Chris?
I mean, if you're just gonna go based off the name, yeah, it's an upset. But UConn hasn't shown anything. That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. So for today, these are the games that's gonna be popping off. I'm gonna ask you guys who you think are gonna get upsetted. So Loyola is playing Ohio State. JSU plays Auburn, Montana State, Texas Tech, Yale and Purdue, Delaware and Villanova, Miami, Florida, and USC, Notre Dame, Alabama, Virginia Tech, Texas, Chattanooga, and Illinois, CSUF and Duke, Iowa State, LSU, Wright State plays Arizona, UAB plays Houston, Davidson plays Michigan State, Colgate plays Wisconsin, and TCU plays Staten Hall. Dustin, what upsets do you see popping off today?
I wrote down like 7 of those. I think 7 of them could have happened. But the 3 that I think most likely happened is Loyola knocking off Ohio State, just because Loyola is now a seasoned NCAA tournament team that knows what it takes to get to the Final Four. So them winning games in the NCAA tournament now is nothing out of the ordinary. I think Colgate can beat the Badgers, mainly because Colgate is a terrific three-point shooting team, and Wisconsin has a very difficult time closing out on the perimeter. So if Colgate starts hitting their triples, I think they could give Wisconsin an issue. And I think Chattanooga is going to beat Illinois. I had Chattanooga in the Sweet 16, and I almost put them in the Elite 8, mainly because of their backcourt. Their backcourt is one of the best backcourts in the country, and that's something that Illinois has not seen. They have not seen a backcourt like Chattanooga. Big Ten has guards that are good, but they don't have a guard duo tandem that Chattanooga has.
Okay. Aman.
Let's go Illinois.
I hope Illinois lose by triple digits. Aman, is there any upsets?
Connecticut already lost.
And that's fine. Only casuals was rooting for them. I don't live in Connecticut anymore. USC. Let's get it, baby. USC, boy.
You of SC, right? You mean you of SC?
USC. USC. No, we don't do University of South Carolina. That's what we say down here. Oh wait, no, Aman, you're a northern kid. You're a Yankee. Get out of here.
North Carolina, baby.
You're not one of us. not one of us. Aman, is there any upsets you see happening today?
Yeah, I think a lot of what Dustin said, Chattanooga, Illinois, he's put me on a Chattanooga, and I was like, yeah, you're definitely right about that one. But I think Virginia Tech, Texas, this is a game I think Virginia Tech can walk away with because Virginia Tech, they showed in the ACC tournament, they can play really tough and show some teams some stuff. I mean, Duke and North Carolina had no answers for what Virginia Tech brought, and they have this forward tandem that is just, it's so hard to match up because they're so long, so athletic, they can score inside, outside. If they get going, I think Texas is going to have all they can handle with Virginia Tech, and I picked them to beat them. So Virginia Tech, watch for them today.
Ooh, okay. Chris, hit me
I agree with Amon on Virginia Tech. That was going to be one of mine, but I also think Notre Dame is going to beat Alabama today.
Yeah.
I hate you.
I was going to say the same thing, bro.
Nah, I gotta change. Damn.
I think Notre Dame is going to beat Alabama.
Oh, it's crazy, Rob. What's your name, Rob?
I don't know.
No, seriously, what's your name? What's your government name?
Rob.
Oh, it's not Chris? Oh, okay. My bad. Go ahead, Chris. You can finish.
And then the other one I do like is I think Loyola is going to beat Ohio State as well. Ohio State's been real inconsistent all season. Loyola, like Dustin says, has experience in the tournament now, or a more seasoned team. I think Loyola wins that game.
Rob.
It's my turn now?
Yeah, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn.
I just want to put this out there. If you're Pride's friend, you cannot be sensitive, ladies and gentlemen.
and that's why I don't have a lot. You feel me? Because the same people who say no are the same ones who cry every time Pride gets, Pride.
I got love for you, Pride. It brings a smile to my face to watch your asshole ism. But I have to agree with Dustin about the Colgate Wisconsin matchup. I think Colgate is going to pull it up. Wisconsin's been a little bit inconsistent. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I think Alabama is going down. They're going down today. So those are my upsets to watch out for.
Okay. So
I think you forgot to mention Chattanooga in that, Rob. I'm waiting for you to mention
that. Hey, I just want to see the look on y'all faces when Illinois win tonight, you know?
From Chattanooga wins is going to be all hell breaking loose for you, Rob.
I'm going to say it first.
You thought I brought the fire on you this week with Chattanooga. If Chattanooga beats Illinois tonight, you might not want to show up on the show on Monday.
I'm going to put it to you this way.
I won't be able to come on Monday anyway. I gotta be a Navy Pier. We got
look at them. Yeah, imagine.
No. You know I'm in the trade show business, and we got Expo Chicago. We getting ready to build that Navy Pier. So
I hope Chattanooga. I'm not saying hope. I'm calling right now.
The cavalry has come in.
Chattanooga by double digits. I don't care. Chattanooga by double digits. On God.
Illinois, we riding with you, my boys.
Chattanooga at least 13.
Hey. Do you know this? Pride, you got your computer on you right now?
It's in my other
right now,
page,
you got
bro.
the screen open. You got the screen open right now?
Yes.
I need you to look up the name of Illinois center. Just go ahead. Real quick. Everybody just take a moment. I'm going to tell you why Illinois is going to piece these boys.
I'm so messed, Mike. Y'all better stop messing with us Chicago boys, boy. We run it.
Illinois center is Kofi Cochran. And if
you Cockburn, you fucking with him? Come on, son.
I mean, he was.
No. Just listen. Hold on now, Skip.
Ain't nobody gonna touch him. He got Cockburn.
Because he gonna be the one wanting to do the touching. You better relax now. You better hold on now.
Ain't nobody gonna touch him. Hey, you better wear a condom when you play that boy.
Get him out of here, bro. He's trying to go boom, boom, boom. Get out
Mike,
of here.
I love the name, by the way. I love it.
Mike, isn't this the same Kofi Cochran that was paired with Ayo Dosunmu last year and they couldn't beat Loyola?
Listen, let me tell you something. Loyola, that Sister Jean, I can't. What you want me to say? That's God's word. I don't know what you want me to say. That's the Lord's word.
I think Chattanooga's a better team than what Loyola was last year.
I'm going to do this way. Chattanooga by 13. I don't give a shit.
So it is Dustin that sounds like. Wait, Dustin, unmute.
Yeah.
3 days ago when I said it sounded like somebody was vacuuming, everybody looked at me like I was tweaking.
Yeah, no, you were. There's just no. Yeah, no, you were.
But it's stat guy, so we let it slide. If this was a Mon, I'd be raising hell right now.
Come on, man. It's my last day here, bro. Come on, don't do this.
I'd be like, Amon, you can't ditch us for a whole semester and then come back sounded like World War III.
I do got Loyola over Ohio. Look, I just think they're just soft. They're just, you know what I mean? They're you know.
And that's SAWFT.
Soft. Like that's what they are, bro. Like, they're not.
I think they had a great little run, but it's like
no,
you got to take it for what it is. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
That's really all it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like them being 7th is basically like way above expectations.
Like Pride. We here's for our in off the bench guys, because Jim Cross and all them. Like when the Cardinals won 17 games, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I was like, they're gonna get smoked by the Dodgers, but just know that. You know what I mean? Like, it means nothing.
I'm not gonna go as far as say it means nothing. I'm not gonna go that far.
Rob Scott, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Holy shit! What?
Yeah, no. When you turn for camera, does I know?
Oh yeah, StreamYard fixed that. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, neither do I. But
I'm not coming on to a show if I don't know Freddie Henderson is here.
I don't like Ohio State against Loyola. I think that's kind of a mismatch. Chattanooga, like I said, 13 over Illinois, easily, at least. And again, that's just on an off night. Again, I say this with all due respect. Rob, do me a favor. Turn your camera on before you can speak to me. As I was saying, for also rudely interrupted by the man Robert. Another team.
Rob.
Hear me out now. I want you guys to take a walk with me. Take this walk with me.
Hell yeah.
I think Cal State has a legitimate chance of upsetting Duke.
No, don't do it to Dustin. You see what he's wearing? Don't give him a heart attack, bro.
I really do. I think everything going on with
South Carolina is only 13 hours from my house, guys. I can get there in 10 hours. Don't tempt me.
And that's fine. That's fine. Drive over here, bro. Drive over here. And guess what? Before you get here, guess what? Coach K go be stop it because you took a flaming hot L. Courtesy of the.
Hey, I said this to a lot of people this year. As bad as Duke has played the last 2 weeks, this is Coach K's farewell tour right now. And I don't like to put officiating in the middle of things, but I think if worse comes to worse, the officials might try to fix a game where people Coach K can make it up.
Yeah, I got Duke going all the way, baby.
I'll be honest, I don't even think that's enough. I don't think it'd be I don't know. I just think the last 2 weeks they've been struggling. Combine that with the fact that, like, I don't know. I just feel like the reason they've been struggling is just the fact that it's starting to sink in. Like, damn, like, think about it, bro. Like, usually, like, when you lose, you can look at your coach and be like, damn, my fault, coach. Hey, yo, we got it next year. You know what I mean? Like, if you lose, you go up to Coach K, you definitely go, damn, coach. Damn. Like, there's really, I don't know. I just think that pressure on them is just, I don't know, man. That type of pressure is something that no media can outmatch.
Right.
That's just me. I just, you know what I mean? Like,
right. There's certain guys that can handle that, but college kids.
Yeah, bro. Think about it. Like, college kids who, like Coach K is basically the best coach they've ever had.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's anomalies that can, like, a young Kobe, a young LeBron, a young Michael, like guys like that.
But like you said, those are anomalies, right?
Yeah.
Those are anomalies. You know what I mean? Like,
1 out of 10.
Yeah, but at best, those are the best odds. You see what I'm saying? So
that's a lot of pressure to be like, I don't want to be the reason that Coach
exactly.
So, believe it or not,
so then they play not to lose instead of playing to win.
And honestly, honest, that's how they've been playing the last 2 weeks.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, the tournament can start, and that could kind of revitalize you. Like, man, we playing for something more than just winning a tournament. We playing for Coach K.
Oh, 100%. But like Pride said, though, it's one of those things though where it's like, instead of being like, we're gonna win for you, it's more of, I don't want to fuck this up and be the reason.
I don't want you to lose because of me type of thing. So
right.
Like, you know, and I get it, Rob. Like, this could start something, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Rob?
I said I got Duke going all the way.
I mean, honestly, I don't think they do. I just think right now with everything, I just think all of the, maybe it's just me, but I just think everything. I think all of the emotion. I just think like now the last week they're playing. I don't want to say scared, but the way they're playing,
they're mad passive.
Yeah, extremely. Like again, like Chris said it. Mike, you agree? They're not playing to win. They're just hoping they don't lose. Like they're just like, we hope the other team messes up.
Right.
And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. I will go to my dying bed saying this. Do I think they're a championship caliber team? No. But Cal State, you need to respect them. I don't 100%. Care what anybody says. You need to respect them. Now, obviously, I'm not saying they're going to go to the Final Four or anything like that. Don't get it twisted. But this is the perfect upset. This is literally like if you could write a fairy tale with a horrible ending, this is it. I genuinely believe I have Cal State winning. I genuinely believe that they're going to come out kind of nervous and again, not nervous because of the stage, not because of the tournament.
Yeah.
But it's just like every time Coach K calls a timeout and he talks to them, like, what was it? I think it was like his last regular season. He was crying. Dude was crying, which I don't blame him for. But when you do that and your players see it, now they're like, fuck, if it's setting in for him, I can't ignore it anymore.
Right.
Because Coach K was, you know what I mean?
If I'm Coach K, I'm going into the locker room today, and I'm telling them, win or lose, there's nothing that you guys can do to affect my legacy. Mm-hmm. What I want to do as my last gift to you is help you start yours. Mm-hmm. Let's go out here and win.
That's my problem, though, Rob, is like, you shouldn't have never said this was your last year anyways.
True.
That's why I liked what Tom did. I mean, Tom's back, but little bastard. But it's like at the end of the day, Tom didn't want the farewell tour though because of what that insinuates, because of the pressure that comes into that. Not for Tom, but or Gronk or anybody else, but for everybody else in that room. If you lose, it's just because you lost. It's not because it's Tom Brady's farewell tour. Now it's like if you go into this game, this isn't just a playoff game. This is Coach K's final game. Like there's a lot of intangibles that go into it that's just unadded and unneeded pressure. Like you don't need this pressure. And it's like, I know he's a huge name, one of the greatest college coaches to ever do it. But at the end of the day, I would have kept this one under wraps. And I feel like that's where he kind of dropped the ball on that. Yeah. But I don't know.
Well, I think Kobe Bryant glorified the last game. Like he has such a perfect going home tour.
Right.
Like in the NBA, that I think people want that.
Right.
Like I want to walk in these arenas and you sing my praises. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But I completely agree with you. Like in this situation, especially being the coach, I want to keep my team free of any other added pressure other than winning a championship.
Right.
Because when you're in the tournament, this already has pressure. Or, you know what I mean? Like there's already pressure to it. Now imagine with one of, if not the greatest college head coach of all time.
Exactly.
Now that pressure on you is like, damn, I don't want to be the reason he goes out on an L.
Right. It's not even a coach that's been here a long time. It is one of the greatest. It's like it's literally if John Madden, Bill Belichick type thing. Like it's like
a Phil Jackson. Yeah,
Phil Jackson, but one of the several teams he was coaching for. But it's like, at the end of the day, bro, you got to look at it and be real and be like, you know what? I may have just screwed these kids, and it might be my fault to why they are having these passive tendencies. Because they weren't passive at the beginning of the season.
No, they weren't. And that's the part. And that's the thing. Like, the last 2 weeks, people think it's not a coincidence that that's when all of a sudden, that's when Coach K started talking a little bit more about this, like this being it for him. That's when he started showing more emotion. That's when all of a sudden, everyone top to bottom was like, hey, yo, if we lose, not my fault. Swing. Like that's really what it was. And it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna stop. I really don't.
Pryor, you brought up a good point. I think in the beginning they were like happy, like, okay, this is Coach K's last year. We gonna get it in for Coach, and then as it starts to really hit you.
Yo,
Like, holy shit, this is Coach K's last year. Like, like, okay, hey, you need to continue to rebound the ball the way you've been rebounding. Hey, you need to shoot the ball the way you've been shooting. It's that pressure them up. But I think they will rise to the occasion because I think Coach K is that type of coach. If anybody can bring the best out of you, it's gonna be him.
I don't know.
I agree with Rob on that sentiment because this is a chance for Coach K to show how great of a coach he is. Because if you remember 3 years ago when he had R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, and Cam Reddish, that should have been the team that Coach K walked away with the national title. And the fact that he came up short of the Final Four, I think he wants to prove that he made a couple mistakes in that game against Michigan State and kind of show him that, hey, I messed up that year. This is the type of coach I really can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, that's kind of really the crazy part about it. Like you said, Rob. Matter of fact, Rob, you want to bet money on it? That's how confident I am. That's how brave I am.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't bet on teams that's not my teams.
Got nervous.
No, it's I'm
hold
like
on.
the ancient Chinese. We don't gamble. We take calculated risk.
All right, bet.
Do it to him, Pride. Do it to him, Pride.
Hey, yo. I bet you 10. Chattanooga over Illinois. What's popping? That's your team, right? That's your team.
Put it on the line.
That's 10, right?
Rob, I would bet you a steak at the Michael Jordan Steakhouse on the Chattanooga, Illinois game.
Easy. Easy.
I'm a broke college kid. I got nothing to bet for you, Rob. So I
apologize. I'm being serious, Rob. I'm being serious.
I'll bet you the team.
All right, 10. You got Illinois. I got Chattanooga.
I got Illinois. I want to know if I want to bet on a steak too.
Which one? Which state game? Iowa?
No. He said he want to bet a steak dinner at Michael Jordan restaurant on this Illinois versus Chattanooga game.
You better not take it. You better not take it.
I'm not trying to overdinks myself.
You're gonna lose. No, you know what? Yo, Rob, take it. Well, are you scared? No balls. You scared? You nervous? Why is it that you're comfortable to bet with me and not with him? What's going on? You nervous?
It's easy to
that guy over there. He gets scared.
Are you shivering?
He got some numbers or something that I ain't seen yet.
All I know, hold on. But Rob, you and our bet still counts, right?
We good.
Damn, what am I gonna do with my new $10?
You can put that towards your next drink.
Nah, I'm going to a strip club and I'm getting straight pennies and I'm throwing pennies at them, bro. I'm throwing pennies at them. I'm going ping.
You going to the hole in the wall.
Bad, bro. Hey, listen, it's not even gonna be nice. I'm flinging it, bro. I'm gonna whip it, bro. Oh God.
Oh, Dustin, look. I'm not gonna over jinx it. I don't want to over jinx it. I can't take both bets. I want to, because I like my steak medium too.
Well, I mean, if you wanted the numbers, I could give you some numbers, as in Illinois is 4-8.
You know what, Dustin? Hey, I'm gonna just stick with the little $10 bet. I don't want to overdo it. I can't do it. I'm a smart gambler. You don't put the whole house on everything.
Our bet is it. That's it, bro. That's it.
We good. Hey, look. Virtual shake on it. There we go.
That's it. Jeez. I'm just very curious of what I'm gonna do with my new $10.
I know what I'm gonna do with your $10.
What are you gonna do? Nothing. Matter of fact, guess what? You're gonna pay me. Hold on. You're gonna pay me $10. I'm gonna go to a bank and I'm gonna take out a $10 bill and I'm gonna burn it in front of you. Keep playing with me.
Hey, just verifies me first, because you know everybody on Facebook now asking you for your Cash App and whatnot. I'm gonna ask for your Zelle.
You're a whole clown, man. All right, so the final topic of the day. Tomorrow, UFC Fight Night, Volkov versus Aspinall. I think this is going to be one of the easiest fights it is to predict. Chris, who you got winning?
I have Aspinall winning.
Okay, bullshit.
We're always on opposite sides on these.
Every time, I swear to God, this dude looks at my notes. I swear to God, I'm gonna start handwriting shit now because I swear to God he's a hacker. Because every time I say something, he always is the exact opposite. I let him start. It's so scary. Go ahead.
Hey,
go
before y'all start, who won the Masvidal fight?
Covington.
Oh, Covington beat him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Aspinall's going to win this fight, and one of the reasons is his grappling. He's good. He's good striking, but I think he's going to be able to take Volkov down some in this fight. But I can see Aspinall actually winning this fight by finish.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Before I go on my spiel, what did Alexander Volkov ever do to you?
No, he has done nothing. I like him. I just think Aspinall's a little bit better fighter than he is at this point in their careers.
Wow, that's crazy. So I got Volkov. I think I don't know. I think from the jump he's gonna be able to set a better pace, a pace that he's more comfortable with. I don't know. I just don't see Aspinall winning. I really don't. I like Volkov. I like his power. I like, and granted, does he have the best grappling in the world? No, but he has enough where you're not really that comfortable bringing him down. You see what I'm saying? Like, and Aspinall, he's not a world class. Well, I don't mind because he's not a world class grappler, but his grappling is not something you should necessarily.
He's a decent grappler. He's
not.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't want to say that you shouldn't fear it, but if you yourself also have decent grappling, there's really no advantage, right? I think the power advantage ends up going to Volkov. I think Volkov can take a little bit more damage. I really do. It really comes down to, I don't know, like, because you say you think Aspinall is a better fighter. I'm the exact opposite. I think Volkov is just a better fighter. So the only thing we agree on is that it's going to be a finish. That's like the only thing we agree on. But like I think Volkov ends up finishing Aspinall. If I'm not mistaken, I think Aspinall is he ranked 11th? I think
so.
In the rankings. So I'm about to just double check that real quick because I'm almost positive he is. But let me double check because with my luck, he probably not. Yeah. So he's 11th. And then Volkov is 6th. If Aspinall wins this, who's his next fight? Because it's gotta be Derek Lewis, right?
You would think it would have to be Lewis,
right? It'd have to be. I mean, Curtis Blades is fighting next week, right? No, I think that's Gilbert. I think Gilbert Burns is fighting somebody. I just think if Tom wins, right? Let's say Aspinall wins, you got to give him somebody else because I think Tai Tuivasa, I think he should get the next title shot because Cyril Gane just lost.
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck Stipe is doing. He's out there still being a firefighter. God bless him. And then there's Tai Tuivasa, who's
he should be next in line,
right. So for me, it's again, I like Alexander Volkov. And by the way, Dustin, that's why I was laughing. I saw that earlier on Facebook, and I was like, "L-O fucking L, bro." I was like, that had me laughing. But I think the winner of Volkov versus Aspinall, I think they get pushed into title contention. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Come Monday, don't duck me, Chris, because once Alexander Volkov knocks out Aspinall in round 2 within the 1 minute mark, bang. Boom. I called it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been ASAP in the morning. Thank you all for watching. Aman, thank you for being here. I'll miss you. Go abandon us like you're Kyrie Irving.
Oh, man.
Chris, I hate you because you always disagree with me. Dustin, fix your mic. Rob, fuck Chicago. And Pride, you're a piece of shit. Mike, that's why. And by the way, Mike, this one's for you. And you too, Rob. Not in a boo-boo. Larry got a boo-boo. So fuck him. Okay?
Hey, Prime.
What?
I just want my $10.
Is that what?
I just want my $10.
Just you wait. Just you wait. On behalf of this illustrious crew, it is your boy Pride. We'll be back here Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe, baby.
We go.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all